morning, everyone.
Yeah, hi Bilkesh.
Hey, how are you?
Little better.
Feeling better now?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Let me quickly make you a moderator so you will be able to see the Q&A session.
Okay.
Just let me drop one test question there and let me know if you are able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. We have a problem. He's
Okay.
trying to connect
So
with
might be
us.
you need to rejoin because I just
Yeah.
updated your permissions. Yeah. Sorry for that. Right. Good morning. Hi, Venkat.
Yeah, I'm able to see Q&A tab now.
Cool.
Hello.
Yeah, I will also just try sharing my screen
Sure.
just to confirm. Yeah, you're able to see, right?
Yeah, it's visible. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, so since folks are still joining in, so let's give 5 more minutes and then we can kick off. Okay. So since folks are still joining in, so meanwhile, let's have a quick intro over the chat. Just put up your good name, what you do, and where you are joining from. Okay, or you can also unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Thanks, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. This is Venkat. I'm
Mhm.
joining from Hyderabad. I work as a solution architect within a company called Flowbees. I joined here basically to understand the MuleSoft capabilities in relation to Agentforce.
Okay,
So,
that's really awesome. Thanks for joining us.
thank you.
Hey, hi everyone. This is Sudhir,
Hello,
joining from
Sudhir.
uh, joining from Pune.
Okay, nice.
I'm basically a Salesforce developer having 5+ years of experience. I work in customizations and configurations and also in Salesforce. Here I'm basically trying to attain trying to understand Agentforce capability.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sudhir.
Hi everyone, this is Priyanka Chaudhary, and hello. Uh, Currently, I'm working with Ecolab as a Salesforce developer. Before coming to Salesforce ecosystem, I worked as a web developer. So I'm having total like 6 years of experience and 3 years into Salesforce ecosystem now, and it's been a quite good experience with Trailblazer community because that helped me a lot since I joined UST before Ecolab I work with UST, so there are multiple community as you know like Shibu, Mira,
Right.
Mitanam Bishan. Yeah, those guys helped me a lot to start my Salesforce career. Uh, I completed my 4 certification. Currently, I'm preparing for AI specialist as well as AI associate. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get to know more about MuleSoft as well as Agentforce because currently that is in uh, train now. And this is my first event attending for Mumbai WIT. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Priyanka, for joining us and very much welcome. And I hope you continue joining us for future events as well. And
Sure.
yeah, thank you for sharing your amazing trailblazing journey with us. Good luck with your journey.
Thank you.
Hello, Amit. Hello, Iram. Okay, anyone else?
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Apurva Mahajan. I am new in Salesforce ecosystem. I'm currently working as Salesforce intern. Basically, I'm from Pune
Mhm.
and looking forward. to get experience in this event.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks, Apur, for joining us. And yeah, you will get to learn a lot through these events. So yeah, keep joining. Thanks. Hello, Ayushi. It's good to see a lot of students and new trailblazers joining us every time. So yeah, and all the very best for your journey. So yeah, let's see. Meanwhile, anybody who has explored already Agentforce or attended any workshops earlier? No one.
Yeah, Vilikvis. I did some of the Trailhead modules,
Okay,
and last week I have attended workshop from Salesforce
mm-hmm.
that is basically from on Agentforce only.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we have 14 folks joining. Okay, let me quickly share my screen so I can walk you through presentation. Meanwhile, let me know if my slides are visible to you.
Yeah, we can see.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So this is the event link for today's event. So if anybody who wants to join, like in your connections or your friends, then just share this link or QR code with them, and they can join in. Okay. And these are our official hashtags: Mumbai Ohana and SF Mumbai WIT for Mumbai community. So you can post on social, grab some snaps from event, and yeah, you can use these hashtags. Okay. So here are some pictures from in-person events of Mumbai community, where this is for WIT, and these are like the combined Mumbai events. And hopefully, we have some announcement at the very end. So just stay tuned. We'll let you know. Okay. So to introduce myself, I'm Mumbai WIT group leader and currently working as an independent Salesforce consultant. Founded a small startup, started my own. Its name is Technology Solutions. I'm a Salesforce certified, six under my belt so far, and working on four more. So hopefully we'll try to complete or achieve those in the next year. Then I'm also a community speaker, speaking at multiple group meetings and Salesforce conferences and events like Hyderabad Trail Basin and with Driven. Also received some community spotlight recognitions at these conferences. I'm also very much active on social, so you can connect with me on Twitter. These are my Twitter handle and LinkedIn QR code. So just ping me hi and let me know if you have any queries with your Salesforce career, if you are new to the community and need some help, or if you want I want help related to some Salesforce configs or admin related work. Okay, so that's about me. Um, So we have our star speaker today with us, Priya Shaw. Priya, if you would like to introduce yourself or let me know.
So yeah, everyone, Priya Shah this side, and I'm basically from Kolkata, and I belong to MuleSoft community, and I'm a MuleSoft ambassador, and currently like very much active in MuleSoft community, and I actually represent Kolkata and Mysore Meetup group, and yeah, like I'm a MuleSoft speaker, mentor. That's pretty much, I think, just to get some idea about myself. Yeah.
Okay. And just to add a few more things about Priya, so she is a community speaker and a mentor, like she mentioned. So she's very much into MuleSoft community, and now we have her in Salesforce community as well, to see the how MuleSoft plus Agentforce plus Salesforce will work together. So, and she has a lot of experience in that working experience. So let's see. And these are our hashtags you can use along with our user group hashtags like Agentforce and MuleSoft specifically for today's event. And Twitter handle for Priya, LinkedIn QR code for her. So you can scan the code and just tag us. Okay. All right. Let me see how many folks we have here.
Venkata is asking like if you can share this link or the
Uh,
details
okay.
basically.
Let me stop share. Okay. You mean the LinkedIn QR code? This one?
Yeah, even that, and also the registration link if I want to pass on
Registration
to
link. Okay.
someone. If I want to
Yeah,
pass on to
you
someone.
can. All right. So this is the registration link, the chat window, and LinkedIn handles I'll share in a while in the event. So we already
Sure.
have, yeah, thanks. We already have 17 participants. Priya, since we are 10 minutes in, would you like to start your session?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sure. So over to you. Yeah, just share your screen. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know if it is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So shall I start?
Yes, please go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah. So before we start, like this is the forward-looking statement, just to let everybody know, like if you are trying to purchase this product, then just go ahead based on what you are going to get in your GA product, and not with what you're going to see today in the demo, because today we are going to make use of our demo org for our use case and demo purpose. Okay. So this is just to start with. So yeah, hi everyone. Very warm welcome to the session on power of MuleSoft with Agentforce. So thank you all for taking out your time and joining today's session on the Saturday. So a very warm welcome. So before we get started with the session, I've kept one page for my introduction as well, so that just you get an idea who I am. Okay, so I'm currently actually working with LTI Mindtree, and I have over like 6 years of experience into the integration world. And prior to LTI Mindtree, I have worked with TCS and Cognizant as well. And I'm a MuleSoft ambassador, mentor, speaker, and MuleSoft meetup leader for Kolkata and Mysore. So that's a brief introduction about myself. So if you have any query, if you want to reach out to the MuleSoft, and if you want any support and help, you may reach out to me. Okay, and I also travel across several cities to attend meetups. So if you ever get to see me, just come and say hi. So that's pretty much. Now let's jump to the agenda. Okay, so let's see like what we are going to cover today. Okay, so today we are of course going to start with AI. Okay, and then we are going to talk about Agentforce, what it is, because now like we are hearing a lot about it after the Dreamforce, right? So today we are going to take an in-depth tour of Agentforce to understand what it is, and like why it is important and why it is getting so much of popularity nowadays. Okay, and then we are going also to see a demo on how we can integrate our MuleSoft APIs with this Agentforce system. Okay, and then we are going to wrap up the session after the Q&A. And for your information, like we are also going to have a quiz towards the end, so please stay tuned till the end. Okay, so now let's get started with the first slide. Okay, so the first slide is all about AI revolution. Okay, so we all know that AI is not something that is branded new, and it has been there from quite a long time. Your LLM, that is large language model, has been there from quite a long time, and it is not the hottest thing, right? But all of these are actually signifying that we are already in the AI revolution, and Salesforce is also no exception to this. Okay, so if you talk about Salesforce back then in like 2014, okay, they were already in the year revolution. And in 2016 they actually launched Einstein. Okay, so at that time, like if you talk about Einstein, it was more about, machine learning, prediction. Okay, and it actually, like, helped Salesforce a lot to serve their customer in much better way. Okay, then from last 2 3 years, like we are seeing that we have entered in the second wave itself. Okay, and that is a generative AI. So right, generative AI nowadays is very popular, and like among those is maybe like your chat gpt, gen ai, cogen, all those things, right? And it is like also like more into creating new things, like you're creating your text, images, your code, all of this, right? So Salesforce also like introduced Einstein Copilot, and that too this year itself, in April to like 25th. Okay, so Salesforce announced GA of Copilot, and this Copilot is actually like your conversational AI. Okay, which can actually enhance your seller productivity, can, and also can enhance the use of generative AI also. Okay, and then we have this wave 3. So this is where we all are currently today. Okay, and it is actually like very cool because it actually like bring full gamut of offerings in terms of autonomous agentic behavior. Okay, so we will know like what it is, what is autonomous, what is this agentic behavior, all of this, okay, slowly in the slides. Okay, so you can consider this as your agent, okay, which can actually perform a lot of complex queries, which can actually like do your work on your behalf, which can handle your warehouse, which can perform actions, okay, based on what query you are giving to it. Okay, so this year only on 29th October, okay, Salesforce also made this Agentforce GA. Okay, so these days are very important milestone for Salesforce. uh, so that is about wave 3. Okay, and then if we talk about wave 4, this is the ultimate goal, that is artificial general intelligence. Okay, so it is also like very it is going to be very much robust. Why? Because like if you see that this artificial general intelligence, like it will be like capable of doing everything for you. It is going to understand your query, it is going to learn from your queries, it is going to apply knowledge across different areas on its own and whatnot. Okay, so Salesforce is actually pushing all the boundary of the AI research to have this future as well very soon. Okay, so moving ahead, like as you know, like now everybody is talking about Agentforce. Okay, and now today all the IT companies nowadays, they also want to have their agent, right? And why it is like that? So it is mainly because, like as we know, like our Agentforce has a autonomous agentic behavior, and it can actually do all these things very pretty quickly, very easily. And if you talk about Agentforce, they are also very good at performing repetitive tasks. Okay, so suppose if you have any repetitive task, of course it will require human to be involved there. Okay, but with Agentforce you can get rid of this. So it can actually, like what it can do is like it can basically overload all your repetitive tasks, and the best thing is that it can also scale and spin up as many agents as you want, so that it can serve more and more customers, and it can actually help more and more customer in a very less time. Okay, so let's say being a customer. Okay, whenever you call center agent, right, you don't want to be put on hold, right? You don't want you actually want your response in no time. Similarly, if you mail customer care support, you don't want to wait for 2 3 days to get a resolution for that, right? You want everything then and there, because like customers are very demanding, they don't want to wait, right? And all those things. So with Agentforce, all of these are pretty easy to achieve. Agentforce can scale, they can solve customer queries, and a lot of things like that. Okay, so what if workforce had no limits? So this is something, the vision that is looking. Okay, so you can imagine, right? If you can scale as many workforce as you want, will not be it very easy, helpful, and cool, right? So with Agentforce, like we are seeing this goal to achieve. Okay, So with that only, like the concept of agent force or the introduction of agent force comes to the picture. Okay, and we all know that agent force is autonomous AI for your Salesforce, right? And it can actually like able to do the conversational kind of thing with you. It can ask you question, it can help you with the answers, and the best thing is like it is not like normal chatbot, okay, which is like trained on several instructions and it basically follows a rule set or something like that. It is not like that. Basically it is more than chatbot, it is more than copilot. Okay, and let's see like let's see say like suppose why do we need this agent force? Like being a customer also, you might think, right, you don't want to use Salesforce agent force, you want to create your own agents. Can you do that? Like why, like what is the benefit we will get with this existing agent force? Let's try to understand through some examples. Okay, what if you say like I want to create your own agent force, you don't want to use the existing agent force, then what are the challenges you can face? Okay, with this um, example we will also understand like behind the scene what all things are running within the agent force. Okay, so let's try to understand. Let's say you are trying to build your own agent force. So as you know, like behind every large language model, behind every AI, right, the heart is always this AI. So if we also talk about generative AI, we all know that behind the scene it is actually a large language model, which is actually a piece of algorithm, right, which is basically trained on the set of data, so that once this training is done, you basically ask a question and in response you get a reply back from the model, right? So it is able to basically generate a response out of it. Now like let's take an example. Okay, let's say like you ask your model, you're creating your model, okay, and you asked your model that what is the status of your recent order. Okay, so this is not a general question, right? This is not a general question. It is something related to your business. Okay, so when you are training your model, let's say you are not training your model with your general information, but you are training a model with your business data. So what happens when you train your data with the business data? So when you started a training, okay, let's say you took all the data. Okay, so for your information, training a model is not very easy task. It requires lot of data, it's require a lot of time, money. Okay, and it is very tedious process which you have to do. Okay, so now like suppose you are training your model with your business data. Okay, and let's say it took 1 month to train the data. So by the time you train your model and it is ready, let's say you asked this model, right, what is the status of the order? And by that time the model was trained. Let's say at that time it was of a status pending. But now in the current scenario, in the current today's date, now this model will not give the accurate answer. Why? Because within this 1 month, a lot of things would have changed within your system. The status of the order at that time might be pending, but now it must, like let's say it is completed. So whatever now response you're going to get back is actually irrelevant. So again you will have to train the data, right? So and also this training is also very expensive. Okay, so what you'll have to do now, like you want to have your model, right? So and you also have this latest data always coming in feeding to the model. Okay, so what you have to do now is like you have to first create your data integration, which can have all the structured and unstructured data within it. You have to manage those data. Okay, then you have to also manage your prompts. Okay, and you also have to ground those prompts based on the latest data. Okay, and send it to the LLM, right? So that like it can basically give you the accurate answers. So all these extra steps are needed, like if you're trying to train your model and create your own model. Okay, let's say, take another example. Okay, you are creating a model and let's say you are training a date your model with the salary information of the employee. And let's say like you are asking a salary of Emily's baker in these situations. Okay, so being a large language model, if it has the answer, it is going to give back the response saying Emily's salary is like this. Okay, but don't you think it is not good, because it is actually violating the security, right? Because all the salary etc are very sensitive information and your LLM should not disclose right? Because anyone can ask and ask the salary, which is not which is actually a security flow. So now if you want to implement something like this, now what you have to do is like you also have to embed all the security related stuff to your LLM. And you also have to, do the masking to preserve the privacy of the data. You have to do the toxicity detection and all of things you have to do on top of your basically LLMs, so that it works as expected. Okay, let's take a final example. Let's say still you want to build your agent. Okay, you did all those previous steps which we showed as a concern. Okay, now let's say like as you know, like our agent force is autonomous in nature. Okay, and it is capable of doing things on its own. So now from this LLM, let's say you asked, hey, can you like approve my expense report? Okay, so what here your LLM is going to do is like instead of doing it on its own, it is going to give you guidelines or basically how you can approve your expense. It is not going to do things for you, it is just going to give you a guideline. So it will tell like go to this menu, click on this there, and then approve, right? But this is not you want your LLMs to take actions on your behalf. So for that also, what you'll have to do now, you have to create your orchestration, basically action orchestration. You have to have your reasoning engine, like you have to embed it, and then you also have to, give your prompts this ability to basically understand what you're asking and take action on your behalf. So all those things you'll have to do within your model if you want to create your own agent force. So you can understand, right? Now, like what all agent force have within it already embedded for you. So just in case, like if you're trying to build your model, you have to do all these things. Okay, your LLMs, you have to take care of all these different technologies on top of the LLMs, and you have to train it, you have to develop it so that you can create a reliable agent. But like now, like why do you want to do it? Like if Force is giving everything all together as out of the box. Okay, you don't have to now like focus on creating anything. Okay, and the best thing is like if you want to get started with the agent force, you don't even need to learn AI, you don't even need to learn Python scripting anything, right? You can just get started with whatever knowledge you have. Okay, you just need to know how to write prompts and natural language things, and you are good to start with this. Okay, so you can understand, right? Sorry. Yeah, so with this you can understand, right? What is agent force behind the scene, what all components are there, and how agent force makes our lives easy. Okay, so agent force is what AI is meant to be. Okay, so if you drill right in the picture, you see in the core we have like all those existing component which is already there in the Salesforce platform. So if you talk about your existing customization, if you talk about objects, standard object, permission, security, everything is going to be same. Okay, and your agent force can also make use of all these component without any issue. Okay, because at the end like it is actually on top of the Salesforce platform, right? So now let's see, like as you know, like the more data you have, the more better your AI is, right? So we have this data cloud here. So as you know, what is data cloud, you might have an idea. If so, data cloud is basically which stores all your data. Okay, and it actually helps to unify your data, harmonize your data, and bring everything together at one place, so that everything is well connected. And it actually like gives more power to the agent force when it comes, to solving your queries and giving reply to your basically questions. Okay, so this data cloud is very important part of it. And then below this, just you'll see a trust layer. What is this trust layer? This is basically Einstein trust layer. Okay, so this is like whenever you give a prompt, right, to the model basically. So your Salesforce Einstein trust layer is basically not going to store any of your information, and also like it is not going to train or fine tune its model with your information. So here everything is well secured. Okay, and oh, excuse me. So all your sensitive information are very well secured here. And It also guaranteed, zero retention policy. So whatever is coming in, going out, everything is getting vanished towards the end when the purpose is solved, and nothing is getting stored. So this is the beauty of this trust layer, which is also giving you more security on top of it. Okay, and then you have customer 360. So you can have this agent force available everywhere. Okay, so it is going to be there for your end user, you, and then it is going to be there for your internal user, it is going to be there for admin, developers, and everyone. Okay, so as you all might, like, as you're from Salesforce background, you might be knowing that agent force for developer is also already GA, which can actually help you, all the developers to basically generate their classes, their epics code, right? Similarly, like for admins also, they are going to roll out a agent force which can actually help you, to create flows based on your requirement. So actually, like, agent force is going to be there for all the users, and it is actually going to help you in much a lot better way to simplify things basically, right? So um, so one question that now still, like, many of you might be having is like, what is the difference between this chatbot, copilot, agent force? Because just the moment when we are hearing a lot about the copilots, suddenly we got to know that, yeah, agent force is also there, right? So we always still might have this confusion, what is this difference, is it the same thing or different thing, or things like that, right? So let's try to understand this. Okay, so your co-pilot and chatbots, right? So chatbots, if you say, like, it has a fixed set of rules, like whenever you want to interact with chatbot, right, they have a very limited things to do. And it is like, you give a question and it will reply you with a similar set of instructions. Okay, so and the thing is, like, if even if you'll do a small spelling mistake, right, it is not going to work as expected. So it is very rigid. Okay, then comes a co-pilot, okay, which has evolved, and like they are capable of understanding your prompts, natural language things. But the thing here is, like, co-pilot here is very assistive in nature, so it will always require a human alongside to basically get the things done. Okay, and then here comes the picture of agent force, which is even more powerful than co-pilot. Okay, so agent force here, like, it can do things on your behalf autonomously. Okay, it can understand your query, and also it can take actions on your behalf, and also it can scale based on, like, if there are more customer to serve, it will scale, it will create more agents, and it can help customer in much better way with very less delay. Okay, so that is a pretty much difference about all these things. So I hope now this is clear. Okay, so now, like, if you see, what happens, like, because here, if you see in the agent force behind the scene, like in between, we have this atlas reasoning engine sitting behind. So just let's understand this, how it works. Okay, so what happens is, like, whenever you ask a question to agent force, what agent force is going to do is, like, it is going to understand your question, and then in between, like, if it feels like your question is not complete, or let's say it want more information to basically give you the result, okay, it might come and ask you a question similarly to you. Okay, so let's say, you asked, like, what is the order ID, right? So in return, agent force can come back and say, like, which order ID you are looking for, and then again you'll say, I want details of this particular order, and then again agent force can look into it and then give you the reply, right? So it basically works in a conversational way, and it is always in a loop, and it is only able to be possible because of this atlas reasoning engine, which is working behind the scene. Okay, so it works in a conversational in manner. Okay, so yeah, like, next slide is about, like, as I mentioned, Salesforce is going there for everything. Okay, so it is going to be there for every persona, and here, if you see, we have lot of industry verticals. So agent force is going to be there for almost all the verticals as a out of the box. Okay, so that, because as you know, like, all the verticals have a different use case. So yeah, agent force is available for is going to be available for each and every vertical here, and it is going to help grow this industries, okay, in a much better way. So before we get into the demo, like, it is very important now to understand what agent is. So now you know agent forces, now we need to know what agent is. Okay, So only one thing, that agent is a autonomous thing. It get your things done on its own. Okay, so let's also see like what makes a agent complete. So there are five different characteristics. Okay, and first is the role. So it is very important for you first, right, to know what your agent is capable of doing, because your agent cannot do anything or everything, right? If you ask your agent first to do your homework, it should not do that, right? Because agent force is not meant to do that. But it is, what it is meant to do is like, it can place your order, it can help answer your query, right? It can basically take care of your cases, it can automate your warehouse, all those things. Okay, so this is the role which basically tells what agent is capable of doing. Okay, then we have a knowledge. So knowledge and data is very important, because agent force is going to look into all the knowledge, all the data available to basically help you with the query, right? So it is very important part that your agent have a sufficient knowledge and data available across. Okay, then we have action. So action is basically just to tell like what agent force should do. Sorry. So this action can basically tell your agent that let's say you want to tell agent that place a order. Okay, so it should have that action, that capability to basically go ahead and invoke that placing an order function, right? So it should have a action. And then we have a guardrail. So guardrail is like your instruction. Okay, so every agent should have a guardrail to basically tell agent what to do and what not to do. Okay, so it is very, because right, it is a LLM model, so you have to basically give the instruction. Okay, agent, don't, like, if somebody asks you the salary, don't disclose your salary. If somebody is giving incorrect, like instead of integer, if it is giving let's say character, then you should not support it. So all those are instruction which basically you tell agent to not to do. Okay, so these are basically comes under the guardrail. And then finally we have a channel. Okay, so channel is actually like where your agent is available. So your agent can be available in your WhatsApp, right? It can be available in your website as a chat window, it can be available in the Slack. So you can have this agent fitted anywhere, wherever you want, so that it can basically help to solve your basically it can help to solve all your queries. Okay, so these are the five attributes which we talked. And all of these attributes actually like build create a three building blocks. Okay, and these are topic, instruction, and actions, so which are very important part of agent force to understand. Okay, so if you talk about topics, then your role and guardrails basically create this topic. Okay, and then you have instruction, okay, which you have to give as part of the guardrail. And then you have this actions basically so what happens is like basically first you define your topic, you give instruction, so that it basically have those guardrail thing, and then you specify action against it. And then in that way, like, you can create your building blocks of agent force. Okay, so your topic is basically your main heading, like your order, your inventory. Under top of, like, under the umbrella of this order or inventory, you can have multiple actions available. So in within an order, you can have an action called create order, delete order, update order, all these things. So in that way, you basically create these three blocks. And how behind the scene it works, just to let you know that first there should be some trigger point, maybe some Slack chat, like from somewhere. Let's say agent force is getting a prompt. Okay, then it's try to understand the intent. So let's say you are saying book the ticket. Okay, so first it try to understand the intent, that here I'm trying to say that book a ticket. And accordingly, agent force is going to see, like, if you have a topic accordingly available which has this functionality, and then it is going to look for the specific topic, and then it is going to create a chain of action, and then going to fetch the response out of it, and going to give you the response. Okay, so in that way, like, end to end it works generally. So with that, like, we have covered like mostly the fundamentals about agent force. So are we ready to move ahead building an agent? So I'll just take a 1 minute pause, and then we can basically start with the building an agent and demo part of it. Um, I'll just take a Q&A if there is.
Yeah, so we have two questions so far, Priya.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like if you see here, it is asking how can you make sure the field that have some PII but it is a custom field is not fetched by. So you don't want a specific field to be fetched. Is it what your question is? Email that you can read the email. Yeah, so we have this email functionality also available. You can have this, like you can tell Agentforce basically to draft an email. Let's say it is related to order, so whenever a new order is coming or a shipment is happening or something like that, you can basically configure those email things so that every time it is seeing a status like this, it can automatically trigger an email. Okay, it can create the content out of the details on its own, it can create, and then it can also trigger an email. So we have this feature already available, okay, within the Salesforce. And then yeah, like if you talk about how to control fields, what all information to fetch, and what all information to give back, all of this we can configure through our flow. So we have to design our flow, which we are going to see in just a moment. Okay, and then we'll see like how we can do that. Okay, so maybe I hope this is now like clear to all of you what Agentforce is. Okay, and behind the scene what all components are running and how actually it works. So let's move ahead and build our own agent. Yeah. So first of all, like as you know, like Agentforce is already live, okay, and it got live on 29th October. Okay, but still, like if you don't have access to the Agentforce, there is a way you can access it. So for that, what you have to do is like you have to go to a Salesforce site and you have to search for Trailhead. Basically, you can go to Trail Mixes, okay, and there you will see like there is a lot of learning available. So here what you can do is like you can search for Agentforce, okay, and here what you will see like there's an option called build your first agent with Agentforce. So this will basically give you a free option available to get started with this, and you can just click on this and connect your account with the playground. So this is a demo org which Salesforce is currently giving, and it is valid for 14 days. So within 14 days you can try out different stuffs here. Okay, so you can just click on this connect to playground option. Okay, and it will ask you to give the credentials. So I have already created a demo org, so I'll just give this credentials here and log in. Okay, so how you can create your agent now is like first you can log in here, and then this is a site, okay, already available, which basically has like the 6 steps which you can just follow and do, and it can actually help you to create a agent on its own. So there are several agents already present within the Salesforce that comes at out of the box, and there are some custom agent which you can create. So this is an example of a custom agent which we're going to create now. Okay, so this is the demo org. Okay, I have logged in here. Also you'll be able to see a lot of steps mentioned just to follow and create your agents. Okay, so now let me launch this demo org. Okay, so the moment you will log in, there are two things which you have to first do to get started with this. So this is the gearbox setup icon. First you have to click here, and then you have to first turn on two toggles. So first is this Einstein setup. Okay, so you just search Einstein setup here, click on it. So the moment you'll click on it, it will be by default off. So if you want to enable your Agentforce, you have to turn on this, and then you have to search agent. And the moment you'll come here, you will see this toggle and you have to turn it on. So the moment you will turn it on, like basically it will enable your Agentforce. Okay, and then by any chance if you're not able to see any of this option, you can just refresh the page, and then you can search, and then you'll be able to see options, because as it is a, you know, demo org, a lot of capabilities keep changing, and then you might not be able to see few of the things at then and there. Okay, so once both the toggles are done, okay, this is the first step. Then you have to go inside the instant copilot, and you have to click on open and build it. So this is the place where you are able to see your chatbot kind of thing, or your agent force on the right hand side, and then you have a topic. So you can have your topic added here, okay, so that your agent force can go through those topics, those actions, and then take information from there and help you with your queries. So by default it will be inactive, so you have to activate if you want to make use of it. Okay, so let's say, like, if I, as I was mentioning, there are a lot of agents already inbuilt, right? You don't have to create it. So let's try few of the agent which are already present. So let's say I ask agent force, what is the list of opportunities. So I have not developed any of this API, okay, or any of these agents. It is already present. So let's see how your agent force is behaving when you are giving a prompt like this. So if you see, like, it is giving you a list of opportunities from the existing Salesforce. So whatever information I have within the Salesforce, it tries to look into those information only and give the response back. And these are the chain of action which basically agent force is following. So if you ask which action it is using to give you this response, so this is the action it has. From the existing action, it is able to find that this action can work best for your query, so it is able to pick the specific action, and then it is actually able to give the answers. Okay, so this is about the existing agent. Now let's see how we can create our own custom agent. So we are done with first step. Okay, then you can go back, just leave this. Okay, the next step is, like, here, as you know, our use case is to integrate with our external service, that is the MuleSoft application. So for that, what you have to do is, like, here you have to search for named credentials. So Agentforce is all about following steps. It is not something that you just follow the step and you'll be able to create your agents. Okay, so now you have to come here and you have to click on new legacy, because here, like, you don't have to provide any certificates and don't have to follow all those security related things. In new legacy, you can just give the endpoint. So what is this name credential? It is basically to give the endpoint to which you want to basically connect. Okay, so for an example, I also have another org, okay, where I have already created my agent. So I'll show you what basically name credentials I've added there. Okay, so if I search name credential here, then you'll be able to see I have added this inventory API. Okay, so here I want to make use of this inventory API for my agent force to access. So I just have to give this URL. That's it. So this is my endpoint which I'm going to access via agent force. Then next step is to create external services. Why? Because here now we are going to access external service from Salesforce. So it is very important that you basically specify which external service you want to connect. So in that case, like, I'll show you from the existing one. Sorry. So if I search here external services, so there are two orgs which I'm flipping here and there. One is completely blank and one is having all the information. So you just have to go here, add an external, and then you have to choose this MuleSoft, because here you want to integrate with MuleSoft. So you just click that option, and then you have to log into the Anypoint platform, because to add to basically access the resources of MuleSoft, you need to have access to the Anypoint platform account. So you basically have to log in here. Okay, and then you'll be all good, okay, to basically access all the resources available. Okay, so here I've already added my if you see here, external services. Okay, so I've added my Anypoint platform account here. Yeah, so here I've already added it, and from there I have chosen my API called inventory. Okay, so now these are two steps are done. So if you just look at the steps, okay, from this existing exercise, so we have already created the name credential, okay, and the next step is to create a flow. Okay, so of course flow we need to create, because here only we can build our logic, our business use case, right? So before creating a flow, let's first see like what is our API, okay, which we are going to interact with. So for that, what we have to do is like we have to go to anypoint platform. So this is the anypoint platform. You can create your again demo API account for trial account for 30 days. Okay, so I have already created, and if you go to design center, I have created my API specification. So for any Mule application, you know, right, we have to have first API specification ready, and then we have to create an application out of it. So in the design center, if you see, this is the API specification I've created. So this is built using OAS. You can also make use of RAML, okay, but it is recommended that you use OAS for your API specification when you want to interact with Agentforce. Okay, so if you see here, products is basically the path, and then I have several operations available. Let's say like getting a product ID, and then we have several methods available for this, and then to find the quantity I have this operations available, and then to get the status we have this operations available. So there are list of endpoints and operations already available for this API specification. So using this API specification, I have developed this application. So this is just a dummy, like a very small basic application, just to get API response out of it. Okay, so here there are several options available, but for this particular use case, we are just going to concentrate on two operations. Okay, and these two are first, uh, to get the quantity of a product. So let's say you have a product and you want to know what is the quantity of this product available. So you can just get this endpoint. Okay, you provide the product ID, and in response you'll get some quantity against that product. Okay, similarly, if you want to know what is the status of that product, whether it is available in the inventory or not, or something like that, so you just pass the product ID and you will get the status of it. Okay, so this is just a basic Mule API. And if I show you, I have deployed it in a runtime. Okay, so if let's say I want to see for product 2 what is the quantity, and if I just trigger this endpoint, I'll be able to see the quantity is 639. So this is a random quantity which my API is generating. Okay, and then just to get a status of that product, if I click on this, so it is saying low in stock. So it is also providing you the status. Okay, in that way you can also implement all other endpoints, like order related. You want to add more products, you want to add more stocks, all those API you can configure similarly like this. Okay, in your Mule application. So this is all about my API. Now we have to create a flow for this. Okay, so that your agent force can access all these operations. So for that, what you have to go do is like, again, you'll have to come here to the setup, and then everything you have to control from the setup. Okay, then you have to come here and search flows. So the moment you'll click on the flows, you'll see there is already a list of flows available, and among those there are two flows which I have created. So if you see this inventory, get product inventory quantity, and get product inventory status, so these are the two flows which I've created. Okay, so let me show you what I've done here. Okay, so this is the flow. So if you are from Salesforce background, you already must be knowing what to do here. And if I just run, like debug this, okay, just to show you how it is working, and if I give the product ID and just say run, here also you'll be able to see my flow is able to interact with the API, and it is able to give the response. So this is the response code of my API, and it is giving a quantity 87, and it has a status code 200. So this is the expected reply from the API, and then what we are getting is this from our flow as well. So it is working as expected. So if I just show you what I have done, so this is the action which I have defined here, what action it has to do. So as you know, like in my API, I'm expecting you to give the product ID. right? So you have to define this and store that product ID in a variable, okay, and then you are making a call to our API, and then we are doing the assignment thing. Why it is, this is just to, compare like what output we are getting from the API and what our flow is generating output. It should be a valid one, it should match, right? So this is just that assignment to validate that thing. So similarly you can create flows. So for each action you have to create a single flow. Okay, so for that case, like I have two flows, right? One is to get the status and other is to get the quantity. So in that way I have created two flows. So for every action you need to have a separate flows against it. Okay, so we are done with creating flows. Now what you have to do is like you have to associate that flow with the action. Okay, so that your agent force can action, right? Whenever you say like I'm looking for the quantity, your agent force should have action to this. So what you can do is like you have to search agents, um, just refresh it because sometimes you don't get to see the options. Okay, now you see agent actions. Now you have to create agent action for your flow. So again, there are some list of agent action already present, and I have created two agent action. One is for inventory quantity and one is for inventory status. So what it is, you just have to associate basically that within it. Okay, so I'll just show you one more thing how you create action. So if you just come here and search for agent action, okay, there is an option to create agent action in three ways. Okay, I just want to show you what all are the three options available. So the if you click on new agent action, there are three ways. One is using your Apex, then other is flows, and then prompt template. So there are three options available. So for our case we have developed flow, so we just have to associate our flow with it. Okay, we don't have to create flow again because our flow we have already created in the beginning. So we just have to associate our flow. We have to choose our flows. So these are the list of already existing action, and then on top of it you will also get your flows which you have created as an option. So for this case, like if you see, we have product quantity flow, and similarly I have also created agent action for status. Okay, so this is also done, our agent action is created. Now the final step is to go to agents, and from agent now you have to go to the Einstein Copilot, then you have to search, go to open in builder, and then final step is to add your agent action to the topic, right? As we, if you remember, our topic will contain action, right? So here you can do, what you can do is like add from the asset library, and here you will be able to see your action which you have created. So in my case, as I've already added, you are not able to see it here. Let me show you where I added. So this is the one where I've added. So if you want to access your topic, you have to deactivate it. Okay, then only you'll be able to access left hand side. So you'll be able to see if I've activated, this will become disabled. Okay, so here these are the instructions which I was talking about. These are the guardrails. Okay, so let's say like in my case I have added like ask for product ID whenever you want to check inventory status, and also make sure product ID should be a number. So all those instruction and guardrails you can basically add here within the topic. Okay, so I have added two, basically both my agent action here. One is for status and other is for quantity. So we are good. I've added this, and here from here you will basically add. Okay, we are good. Now let's go ahead and activate our agent. So we have created agent with this. So you must be thinking it is very complex or something like that, but it is not. It is just a matter of steps which you have to follow and you are good. Okay, so let's test out now. Let's see, I'm writing what is the product status. So now let's see whether it is able to find the appropriate action or not. So what it is saying, like, could you please provide the product ID for which you want to check the inventory status? Okay, so see, it is happening in a conversational manner, and why? So it is the beauty of it. Okay, it is not like you just giving instruction getting response. No, it is also working in a conversational AI manner. Okay, so now it is asking me in return, can you give me the product for which you want to see the status? So let's say I'm saying product 2, and then again it is able to analyze the appropriate action, and then it is giving us the response that the product For product 2, it is currently out of stock. That inventory is not there. Okay, it is out of stock. So in that way, it is giving the status of the product. And if you see here, it is which action it is calling. It is product inventory status action. Okay, it is automatically able to find it out. Similarly, let's say I ask what is the quantity of product 2. So it is again analyzing, and if you see here, it is saying the quantity for product 2 is this. Okay, so again it has checked for action this inventory quantity, and it is able to give you the response. So it is a chain of chain of action which is basically happening. Okay, if I say what is my order status, so let's see what is happening now. Please provide your email address so that it can check your order details. So all these are happening behind the scene, and it is basically finding the appropriate action. So if you have action available, then it will be able to answer and help you with the queries. Okay, so that is how it basically works. So you can follow uh, these steps basically, like if you want to configure your agent. Okay, so in that way, like if you have any external API, any, like it is not, should be, it is not like it is a MuleSoft API, but any external API, you can just integrate it well with your Salesforce and you are good to make use of it. And for each and every action, you have to create a separate agent. Okay, um, so for order, you can create your agent. For inventory, and accordingly you can create its action, things like that. Okay, so I hope with that you understood and have got an idea, okay, how Agentforce works behind the scene, how it is checking for the things and then giving you the response and things like that. So with that, I think we are done with the demo part as well. So let me see if you have any question.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
one. Yeah, two
So we
questions.
have also Agentforce 2.0. Yeah, I also heard this news. So we have Agentforce 2.0 also live, but so it is like basically to where like with every release of Agentforce, it is going to add more and more capabilities, and also to touch different um, basically a persona of Salesforce. Okay, and just to help different customers, different users, admins, and things like that. So within Agentforce 2.0, we have to check like what all new releases it has brought and for which persona it has brought. We have to check that. Okay, so you can just take a look on those things. I have not gone through Agentforce 2.0 just to understand what all new features has come. How can you make sure that, so this
Yeah,
I think.
there's one more from Krishna Gupta in chat as well as here I have posted. Yeah, this one.
Mhm. Okay, I was working on a scenario involving three types of user: field agent, leads, manager. We need to ensure that field agent can only query their own sales information. Yeah, so as you know, like we have this layer, right? Layer already present within the Salesforce, and as Agentforce is also built on top of uh, Salesforce, so it is also going to have this layering already present. So you just have to take help with your admin to basically restrict those accesses. Okay, but it is possible because at the end it is all going to make use of the existing Salesforce um, thing only. Okay, so you can restrict all these things. It is possible. So you just have to take a help from your admin basically to bring that layer. And how to do that, then again, like I'll have to show you. For that we need a separate session. Maybe I can help you like what an admin has to do basically to create this layer. Okay, you can just reach out to me. I can help you with that information. Okay, because currently it is a demo org and it does not have much users and things like that. So do we have any more questions? So I know like Agent Force is very new, like people are still learning, people are still trying to explore it. But yeah, it is really very interesting, because here now, like with, if you can easily create your own, you know, chatbot kind of thing, whatever. Like suppose you are working on order things and you don't want each and every time to go to that order page and look for the details. So what you can do, like being just to you know, uh, do the things pretty easy for you, you can create your agents, and so that you can just, you know, ask the agent that question and it can give you the reply, and it will make the things easy. You don't have to again, you know, go back, hopping from one page to another page, you know, just to check for this order what is the status, who is the user, what is the email address, all those things. You can just ask Agent Force, you, because you have created your own Agent Force, and you can just query there and get the reply on your fingertips, right? So this will actually minimize your things. So it is on you, like what use case you are thinking and how you want to basically like what basically problem you want to solve with this. You can just think and do that. So it is very very much helpful for the customer support team, because with Agent Force now everything is available on the single screen. You don't have to go anywhere, and the best thing is like Agent Force is available in each and every screen. So it is available in your home page, it is available to set up, like wherever, whichever screen you hop, basically you'll be able to see your Agent Force present there. Okay, so do we have any more question? What can we expect, when can we expect Agent Force to be available in DevOps? Actually, like it is already available. Okay, Agent Force is already live. uh, it is GA on 29th October. So it's just matter of like whether you have access to it, whether you have a proper license and things like that. So you just have to check. So yeah, what is the max token limit of Agent Force info pulling from the custom API? Okay, so max token, they, okay, they have already this thing in place, and they have a limit also, which I'm not sure what is the like actual limit. But the thing is like the moment it is exhausted, it is again reloading it. So you don't, like you will not be able to even realize it behind the scene. It will again load it, it will refresh it, and again make it available for you to, you know, query. So you can check the exact number, okay, in the internet. So do we have any question? So now, like, just tell me, like, whether Agent Force is clear to you all or not. I think now at least you have got an idea, because to be honest, I had so many confusion, so many doubts when actually like I was exploring Copilot, and suddenly this Agent Force came within just a month, and I was just thinking whether it is the same product, different product, why it came, and what extra we are getting. So all those questions we had, but now I think with this a demo and with this use case, it is clear, like it should be clear to you all, because now I know what Agent Force is and what it is meant to do and things like that.
Hey, hi Priya.
Yeah, hi Shivali.
Shivani this side.
Mm-hmm.
Priya, this agent force is now available on trial basis, right? It after 15 days it's over. Then will it Salesforce provide us that access again, or it is going to
Yeah,
be?
yeah, you can again create a new, like using your new email address, again you can create it.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing is I am working on one of the investment bank as my client, and there they are exploring something with Copilot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So
Copilot related, if I need to check on right now what I've done, it is 1 month free, and after
mm-hmm.
that $10 per month that Copilot agent licenses. So
Mm-hmm.
if I want to explore that in a Salesforce, can you guide us? It may be the out of scope of this, what we can say.
So you
webinar.
want access for 1 month, you're saying?
I don't have much idea about it. What I have seen that
Okay, so
steps on
yeah, yeah.
Salesforce.
So now, like Copilot, like it is not recommended now to use, because if you will see the demo org also, like lot of option has changed. even though like few of the terminology are still referring to Copilot, but the thing is that a lot of things they have already changed, and now they don't even want to keep Copilot, because why like you will use Copilot when you already have Agentforce, right?
Oh,
So it is like that. You, if you are exploring Copilot, then on top of it you will also have to explore Agentforce, because now like everything, the main parent is now Agentforce, and which might use Copilot behind the scene, but yeah, there is nothing, a single concept called Copilot. Okay, now you have to, everything is Agentforce. So if you are doing a POC also, uh, then make sure like now you are working on Agentforce and not on Copilot. Okay.
okay.
Hmm. So it is available for all and each and every org, and it is for each and every domain. It is not like specific to sales or anything. It is for everything, everything which you can, which you are seeing under the umbrella of Salesforce. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Thank
I've
you.
created use case with, no problem. I have created use case with Agentforce on field service domain and one for HR domain. Yeah, yeah. So that is correct. It is available for each and every domain. You can make use of this Agentforce anywhere and everywhere. Chatbot, Copilot. Yeah, so this is the evolution. First, we had chatbot, that is Einstein chatbot, which is very rigid. It has actually like it is trained on the instruction. So if you're using Zomato or any chatbot, right? At the end, you always have to tell like I want to get in touch with agent, because it is always going to give a repetitive that instructed lines only, right? So that is a normal usual chatbot, but when it is agent force, it is going to take all your dynamic question as well. It is that much capable. Okay. So chatbot, this evaluation AI, yeah. Initially cost as per user. So yeah, of course there can be cost related thing which you can check. It might be expensive or things like that, but right, Salesforce has always something to offer which no other CRM or anyone can give. And the kind of, as I also showed you, right, what if you're thinking to have your own model, or if you try to create your own model, what all challenges you can get, right? So we already know all those things. Then of course, if you want a solution, if you want to spin up your agents, if you want agents created based on the traffic and the request of the customer coming, then all of these things you want some stable and existing platform, right? So agent force is one of those which can help you immediately to get started with. So cost is there, but again you are getting a lot of benefit out of it, and it is making your life very very easy. Yeah. Yeah, Debashis, you're correct. So we have Agent Force has lot of features, and you now also know the difference about from chat, like difference between chatbot, sorry, a chat difference between Copilot and Agent Force, right? So Copilot is still like it has a lot of human touch involvement, okay, but Agent Force is all independent. So you don't want any human intervention, right? So Agent Force is the best choice to go ahead with. So any more question here? So we have a quiz session also towards the end. So if you have any question, if you want to clarify any doubt before the quiz starts, let me know.
Krishna has one more question. Can you
Yeah,
see the chat now?
yeah, yeah. Uh, just a second. What it is related to, Bilkish? Is it related to Max token, which I
No, it's the latest one. Can we integrate the chatbot with customer-facing portals? Example, commerce chatbot that helps
yeah, yeah.
customers see cart and trackers.
Yeah, yeah, we can pretty well do that. So our age, we can like use this agent force anywhere. So if you will see the current Salesforce website also, right, the chat bot which you're seeing right now is actually making use of agent force. So you can have this agent force in your mobile app, you can have it in your WhatsApp, Slack, website, anywhere you can integrate. Okay, so that is pretty easy, and you can do this once your agent is created. Okay, and it is actually like very like better than any other chatbot if you are making use of agent force. Okay, do we have any more question? Enterprise, how can we prepare instruction effectively? Okay, so now like yeah, so it depends. So whenever you are creating your agent, make sure like you are adding more and more instruction, more and more details. Okay, what to do, what not to do, all those things. It's very important you keep a very good description, you keep a very good instruction. So the more data you will fill in it, the more better your agent force will work. Okay, so that is totally depend upon you how you are writing it. But yeah, just make sure that you're adding more and more instructions, descriptions, all those things, then your agent force will be able to answer very quickly. Okay, and of course it giving prompts is also an art, so the more you'll do, the more you learn. Okay, so yeah,
And
any
one more
more
thing,
question?
Amit, Amit is having one more question.
Hmm.
In order to use Agentforce, which version we should be? Is it enterprise?
Okay, yeah, like of course it is always recommended to use enterprise, right? But of course, for that, you need to have a license. You can just check with your partner management manager team and then get it sorted. Because demo here, like Agent Force is evolving each and every day. Lot of new capabilities are coming behind the scene. Lot of its models are getting updated and things like that. So in the demo, or you will always see the discrepancies. So yeah, should should it be repetitive or should it enter the same sentence? It can be a repetitive or it can be a slight change to it. Okay, if you feel you have something to add, some more additional line. So it is just like active passive thing. Just write in one way, then another write in a different way. Things like that. Okay. So with that, like you can also create your own agents. So now I have shown you the use case of inventory, right? I'm checking the status of a product. Similarly, if you have any API REST endpoint, you can basically configure a name credentials, and then you can create an action against it, and then just see like how it is behaving. Okay. So with the with the launch of Agent Force, our thing like task and everything is going to get much easier. Customer support team, they much benefit out of it. Then being a developer, we have Agent Force, which is able to generate the new code. Like if you have not explored Agent Force for developer, do check out that as well. It makes your life very easy. Like it auto completes your code offline, then it generates a class, and it can generate your test cases and things like that. So it's very very interesting. And then later on, we are also going to have for admins also this flows things where it will automatically generate entire flow for you. You just have to debug it, run it, and see whether it is working as expected or not. So yeah, so there are several agent force session which is also now going to happen in this agent force tour, which is happening from the next month in April. Okay, so you can basically keep an eye on those events which is going to happen, and there will be few events virtual and there will be few events in person as well where you can participate. Okay, so make sure you keep an eye on those things as well, which is going to happen for the entire January month. Okay. So I'm not sure for which cloud it is currently there and what extra it is going to bring. But yeah, for now, Agent Force is for all the clouds. You can just check whether like there should not be any issue if you're using Marketing Cloud or CS Cloud or anything like that. Coming season. So yeah, like you have to check like what all are the different releases which is going to happen because it is still new for me. I've just explored a bit just to get an idea, okay, and just to get a understanding how we can work with Agentforce. Rest related to the releases and all you can check, okay, in the website. So as I was just showing in the picture, right? It is for all like customer 360. So it is going to work for all and everything inside the umbrella of Salesforce. So just see like whether you're able to make use of it in each and every cloud or not. Okay. So yeah, there are already start using Salesforce. So there are several company which has already started it in Agentforce. Okay, there were few names which I had read. I am not able to recall it, but there are already customers who have already started using Agentforce. So there are already some big companies, and I remember like they have also mentioned few of the names. I'm not able to recall it now, but yeah, it is already in use. It is already live. Okay, you can also make use of it in your company if you have a specific use case. Yeah, thanks, Krishna, for naming a few. So we have Wipro, UHG, Optum, all this company. Okay. So, like knowing or doing AI specialist certification is just to get what idea about what is happening in today's world and what is there for MuleSoft and Salesforce to offer. Right, this is like being a developer or being an admin or being like working in this field of AI. It is very important for you to know like what is there already happening within the product related to AI. So the relevance of doing this certification is just to for you to get an idea like what is happening around, but for these are like nothing to do with mules of certification, like this has nothing to do with the job or something. But yeah, like if you have knowledge, if you have idea, of course it will help you for your job, right? So to be honest, like I have also not done much certification, but if I have knowledge, I've always been able to give the answer at least what the interviewer is looking for, or basically I'm able to solve like whatever work I'm getting. So certification is just to show basically, but you can do basically it is recommended that before January, like Salesforce is also pushing people for this January month, till this January month, to do the AI certification. In fact, I'm also going to do like I've already planned for this December end, and I'll recommend everyone to do. Okay, if you need any help, you can of course reach out for that. And this is free, so for entire 2026 also this AI is certification is free, so you can plan it any month. If not this year, then maybe next year. Okay, there are many people who have already done. You can just check with them. But yeah, job wise, like at the end, it is all your knowledge that matters. Because even if I don't, like mostly I'd never like add so many certification to my resume. Better like I just add what all knowledge I have, and then it is always helpful for me. Okay. And then of course in the trail mixes you have lot of content available. Thanks Debashish for also mentioning that we have lot of content available. You can go through all the courses, you can earn badges and do some hands-on on it, because I know like many people will not have the org access. Okay, so Salesforce is actually giving all those trial access account so that you can get more hands-on on it and get more idea about it. Okay, so you can try out. So, anything more you want to discuss?
I think we had a lot of great questions today.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hope this session is useful to all of you. Maybe when you will do hands-on also, you can just maybe you don't remember all the steps, but you have a complete guide already available. Just follow and create your own agent. Okay. And if not, then there are some virtual session also going to happen in January month. So virtual workshop will be there. You can just join and also create your agent with them as well. Okay. So this would prefer having whereas you might restart. Yeah. So I think Bilkish, we are good. You can
Okay.
now take it ahead. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Priya, once again for such an amazing session. And I hope, yeah, people have already showed their interest, and through their interactions we can see like it's very much intuitive and interactive. So yeah, today we got to learn something new which is not easily available on online platforms so far. So yeah, that's very helpful. Okay. With this, I would like to launch quiz now. People who have any further question, you can connect with Priya offline regarding the topic, and she'll definitely help you out. All right. Um, so I'll just put uh, the Kahoot link here on the chat window. Please go to this link, and I'll launch the quiz, and then we'll share the pin shortly. All right, we do have some questions for double points, so yeah, keep an eye. And let's see the podium. Who is leading the board? Oh, so Ayushi is on third place, Venkata on second, and Rekha on top. Congratulations, winners, and well played, everyone.
So Bilkish, can we have a picture? Like,
Yeah.
can everyone come
So
to
if
camera?
people are comfortable, please turn on your cameras. So we'll have to take two pics because all are not fit in the same.
Yeah.
Video. Okay.
Yeah. Please turn on the camera. Like, we can wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah. So, yeah, Bilkish,
Okay.
should we?
Just one. Yeah. One sec. Let me check the second tile as well. Okay. Yeah. Uh, okay. So all smile, please. Okay, I'm taking it. Okay. This is the first one. One more. Second time. Great. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, and thanks for joining again. So yeah, we'll keep you updated for the upcoming meetups. So stay tuned, and yeah, have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, Priya. Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.